bought the house around 10 years ago, and the backyard was an absolute mess, and we spent a couple of years trying to tidy it up and sort out the lawn and put a new shed in, and eventually we said, you know what, we're just going to get a pool put in. So I sold my house in the UK, and with some of the equity from the sale of the house, we decided we were going to invest in our backyard. Well, we were very lucky because I get on well with my next door neighbour, and so we just agreed that we'd have the fencing taken down. JM's team would come in through the back fence straight off the road, did all the excavation work that they needed, and then put the fencing panels back, and then we turfed over my neighbour's lawn. So it was a win-win. I got my pool, he got a new lawn. It's a family story, really. My wife's family from Canada, they've lived here their whole lives, and we'd come over every few years to see the cousins and the aunties, the uncles, the grandparents. And Victoria, my wife's first cousin, had this beautiful pool put in. And we always knew that it was a JM pool because he'd come over regularly to keep in touch and make sure that everything was going well. And when it came time for our pool to be put in my mind, I was always going to go with JM, but I did, just out of I guess a sense of due diligence, work with another couple of pool companies for consulting and to get some prices. But I mean, in the end, it was an easy decision to go with JM because there was just that customer engagement element that was missing from some of the other pool companies. I felt like I was just another project, another job. Whereas JM, he spent a lot of time talking us through how old were our children, what were the kind of things we wanted from a pool, gave us some advice as to where to put the deep end, where to put the jump rock. And nobody else really spent that time to really talk to us about what we needed and what we really needed as a family. So for me, at the end, it was an easy decision. I would say that putting a pool in your home is one of the biggest investments you'll make in your life. It's also one of the most important investments in terms of longevity, the fun that you have with your family, the fun that you have with your friends that come over. It is so important to go with the right company that I would say spend time getting to know JM. Have a list of things in your head that you really want and need from a pool, and then put your trust in JM and his team to help you with the design, the installation, and the ongoing maintenance as well. It's, pools, I'd like to say, are an easy thing to look after if you know what you're doing, but I've had to rely on JM and his team over the last few years. Just pick up the phone and say, this isn't working, or I'm not sure about this. They're always at the end of the phone to help, and so that kind of ongoing customer care element was more important to me than like what the base price of the pool was, right? Because that's something that you can negotiate with. Other companies might come in a couple of dollars cheaper here, a couple of dollars cheaper there. Putting a pool in the back of your house is a lifetime engagement, lifetime investment. Customer experience is the #1 thing. Living in Ottawa, as you know, it gets very, very hot. I mean, today it's in the 30s. Probably a bit higher with the relative humidity, and having that pool in the backyard where you can just sit, have a drink, have your lunch, and then when you get a bit hot, you get in the pool to cool off. It's really nice for the family. It's really nice from a social aspect as well because you can have friends come over, spend time with you in the afternoon, swim. They can bring their kids, so it's a really nice social experience too. And for the first few years of having the pool put in, I would say we saved a lot of money and not needing to go away on holiday, right? Because you get to the summer, everyone works hard, they want to have a break, they want to swim, and going abroad is difficult. We've seen even more difficult with the pandemic the last couple of years where it was impossible to go away. We didn't need to go away anywhere. We just sat in our backyard, swam in our pool, and we were very fortunate and grateful to be able to do that.